I brought him up before the show, but I'm at best known for Jar Jar Binks. He's gonna be there.
Yeah, excited. Hopefully they got something.
Right. That was it. That was the one. What is up, and welcome everybody to Connosaur Pod, your home for celebrating all things comic conventions and nerd culture. I'm your host, AJ Hester. I am joined by my co-host, Cody Howell, Kent Lawley, and the connoisseur himself, Matt Hodges. We are previewing our trip to Knoxville this weekend for the Fanboy Expo at the Knoxville Convention Center, and we will get into all of that, but I assume that at least one of you has been watching X-Men.
Guilty.
So we can, okay. Everybody has. I just finished the second episode, so we can that can be all of our nerdy things if we've all done it.
Yeah, I ripped through them with our buddy William last night. It was going to just be one, and then of course it was two, and then of course it was all three. Friend of the show, Ross Marquand, I'm part of the cast. Professor X. You don't really get much of him until episode 3 of the new season, but it's awesome. It's Will and I were talking about it. It's really cool that they kept it so nostalgic. Like we agreed that it would be not nearly as fulfilling and enjoyable if they had tried to like modernize it or update it or whatever, but keeping it that 90s feel, which also, if you want to hear the word 90s and laugh out loud with how weird it is, start watching this new season of X-Men. There's some time travel involved. I won't, that's kind of happening at the end of the last season. If you're caught up to at least that point, so you can kind of get why that might come up as much as it does in this new season. But I won't say anything else spoilery. But no, I thoroughly enjoy it. It gets a really cool blend of action and also a pretty cool story.
Agree to all that.
I too concur.
I love the version of Wolverine, the futuristic Wolverine. I actually saw a Funko Pop at Walmart of that version of Wolverine. It came very close to getting it. I'll probably be back for it. Yeah, like you said, just 100% capitalizing on the nostalgia, and I'm not mad at them for it. But yeah, they do mention the 90s quite a bit in this new season. I think episode 4 will come out tomorrow. Yeah, and I think they're released on Wednesday. I need to rewatch the second half of episode 3 because I was watching that with a 2-year-old. Sometimes I can sneak it in there and just be like, "Hey, this is animated. We'll watch this." And like 5 minutes in, she's like, I don't know. This doesn't look like Mickey Mouse. So
this is cheating animation.
It was tough to sit still for the second half of that episode, but like Kent, I really love the show. It's just everything I want in a show.
Yeah, go ahead, Matt. I'll let you go next.
I've really enjoyed what I've seen so far. I'm a big fan of Polaris, so her seeming to getting a bigger role is really cool, and Psylocke too. Those are two of my favorite X-Men.
They're
outside of Gambit, and they're both getting pretty big roles in this season. So it seems so.
It fits in with what we have talked about already a few times recently with, Maul Shadow Lord being maybe the greatest show ever made, like Disney animation just seems to be hitting. Disney just TV in general right now seems to be hitting really hard. So I hope that Maul Shadow Lord, just in the 2 episodes that I've seen, it seems like they have answered their first season of success, and I hope that they're able to do that with Shadow Lord in the future. But yeah, animation, the story, the characters. I just finished episode 2 and Jubilee getting some run, and not that she's one of my all-time favorites or anything, but that's what I like. What's going on is that was kind of a background type situation, and now she's pretty damn cool. So yay.
I really like the version of Cable they're doing too. Just partly just the way he looks. He just looks awesome. And I like all the complicated stuff with the time travel and all that stuff. I can't try not to spoil it, but it's good.
If you want some mild spoilers, you can go listen to our interview with friend of the show, Ross Marquand. I was kind of nervous to put that out when I'll link it in the description, but I was kind of nervous to put that out when we got done with that interview because, Marvel and Disney can be pretty particular, and he didn't say anything too bad, but I remember listening to it like, okay.
Yeah.
Might want to check with him.
Really tease that interview for those of you, maybe catching us for the first time or need to catch up with some of our backlog. Go check out our interview with Ross Marquand because he definitely does discuss this show. And he
Speaking of
he
our
gives some
friend.
allusions as to what you might want to expect. I don't think this is spoilering for anybody. Just spoiling, not spoilering.
I like spoilering.
But does anybody else agree that full human or mutant original Apocalypse is way cooler looking than what he ends up becoming? Like, if they could just, Will was saying that a couple of times, I'm in full agreement. Like, if they could just keep him in his human form, he looks so much more badass and menacing. When he becomes his final form, Apocalypse, he really just becomes one of those guys, along the Thanos or Dark Side, or like he just blends in with a bunch of other villains. But in his human form, he stands out. Like, that's super rad and unique.
Because of when I was younger, because of the way that he looks, after human stuff, I always thought that his name was driven because of his mouth, like Apocalypse.
Yeah, he does have a set of lips on him.
That's not the case, though. I went on to find out that is not the reason why. Happy coincidence, we like to call that.
Back to you, Matt. You said, speaking of friends.
Speaking of friend of the podcast, Ross Marquand, he's going to be at Dragon Con this year. So
we will be stopping by to say hello, and he will obviously go, I remember all of you really, really well, and good to see you.
Are you going to say
he might actually remember you. Yeah.
I mean,
hello. Are you going to say
hello? Yeah. That's how I introduced myself in the first interviews, so that I could stand out a little bit.
Did you like curtsy as you said it?
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yeah, but that's just how I always introduce myself.
He'd actually told me when I met him in February that he was like, yeah, I'm going to be at Dragon Con. And I was like, cool.
Not supposed to say things like that, Ross. Or maybe you are. I don't know how quiet they like to keep their announcements, but.
Well, I know Jennifer English, she just got announced for another con that she told me that she was going to be at. So, and Motor City and New York Comic Con. So I was like, she told me both of those, and I was like, yeah, I'll keep that secret till you're announced. So a couple more she told me about, but I'm just like, probably need to cut that last part.
No, it's too late.
It's in here now.
I know, cooked.
Pandora only comes out of the box.
Yep. But no, Ross told me that, and then I was like, okay. And then they started announcing the X-Men 97 cast, and I'm like, that's cool. The Dragon Con cast announcements have been all over the place, but we're here to talk about a different con.
We can go right into that, but we can also I don't know. Our last 2 episodes are so spread out, and I don't remember what we've talked about at all. So, uh, did we
Go ahead.
mention that we were going to do a Dragon Con month throughout August?
Yeah, a couple of times now.
We did. Okay, so
Yeah.
now are we? I can't even remember because we have pre-show and post-show.
Okay, well, I guess maybe the only time where it would have made it live might not be live yet or ever. So yeah,
Wait,
say it
yeah.
again.
Okay, we will be celebrating our lead up to our Dragon Con trip with a full month of Dragon Con specific episodes and other shenanigans. So keep tabs on us for that. Or don't, because this episode may never air. So I'm kidding. But speaking of guest list, I think that Fanboy Expo and Knoxville has a pretty stellar guest list. So
Yeah, it does. I'm looking at it right now.
I know that we have talked a few times about how important it is for me and Kenyatta to meet Alan Tudyk. So we can move on to some of the other fantastic names if you guys would like.
Shia LaBeouf. That's crazy.
That
It is crazy. That's a big one. Just
I hadn't
lost.
even looked to see what he's going for. Like autograph was. That's going to be $100. That's not too bad, actually.
We got Henry Winkler. Pretty stoked about seeing him. Just I don't even know if I'll go meet him or talk to him, but seeing him in person would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's quite a few. Go ahead.
I was going to ask if you saw that John DiMaggio was going to be
Yes,
there.
who I was about to say. There's quite a few on there that I'm really, really looking forward to meet, but maybe my number one is John DiMaggio, not just because of the Futurama fan that I am, that I think I've mentioned at least a handful of times on the show here, but also one of my favorite video games of all time is Gears of War, and he plays the titular character Marcus Phoenix. And coming back for the new Gears coming out, prequel.
Yeah.
He also was a Joker, which I didn't know. Found that out today.
I feel like I've heard that, but it also sounds like news to me. Which Joker was he?
A.
Okay, yeah.
One of some. The Batman bad guy. If anybody's confused on that one.
I feel like if they're watching this show and don't know that the Joker is a Batman bad guy, they're watching this show accidentally.
You mean the funny guy over there?
That's that was for all the moms that are tuning in just to support us.
Speaking of moms, did you guys see that Jane Seymour's going to be there?
I did not.
Yeah. I was just
who wants to do
list.
the Wedding Crashers quote to her?
I think it's got to be you.
Lovely tits, Mrs. Clear.
Perfect.
Yeah, we could all do a Wedding Crashers quote, like fold them up, put them in a hat, and then draw out who has to say them. And like the other two are just standard, like just random quotes throughout the movie, and then somebody gets the crass one. Did you motorboat him?
You motorboating son of a bitch.
You old sailor, you.
Motorboat? You play the motorboat? You motorboating son of a bitch, you old sailor, you.
Matt has no idea what we're talking about.
No, I don't think I've seen that one.
You've never seen Wedding Crashers?
Oh, man.
I don't think
He
so.
was a child when it came out, to be fair.
Get off and go watch it right this second.
Yeah,
we'll wait. We'll be here.
Connosaur movie night. Like ASAP. So that's maybe my favorite movie. I mean, it's way
there's one line right at the beginning that kind of became one of the meme quotes. Shut your mouth when you're talking to me. That's the very first scene, and then people have been saying that since then.
Yeah, an all-time great quote film.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm surprised
one of Bradley
I haven't
Cooper's
seen
first. Yeah, it's got a lot of people in it. Bradley
it's got
Cooper,
Rachel
Vince
McAdams
Vaughn,
in
Rachel
it.
McAdams. Yeah.
I'm a sucker for a good Rachel McAdams.
She did that movie, and Mean Girls and The Notebook all came out like right around the same time. I feel like she
Bangers.
had all great.
Game Night was another one of hers. I went and saw that in theaters. I was like, yeah, that was a good one. I don't know if y'all seen that one.
I have not seen that one.
I think I have seen it once, but it was when it came out, so I don't remember anything about it.
Can you say what we may or may not have seen one more time?
Game night.
I feel like I have seen that. Sorry, I missed that. I was looking at more guests from Knoxville, which I should have memorized
got
by
it.
now. There's just so many good ones.
Yeah,
But
I've
yeah,
got it
game
pulled
night.
up too, and I'm looking at it.
That is a good one. I think.
They have the Mortal Kombat cast from the
Yeah, they got
original Mortal
several.
Kombat.
Yeah, Liu Kang.
The Raiden.
Yeah, Christopher Lambert. Was he at somewhere else we've been this year? Or have I just looked at this guest list so much that
You might have
feels
looked
like
at
I've
this
seen him
guest.
before?
You might have
Yeah,
just looked at this guest list so much.
I've been sitting on this damn site for like 3 months.
Jameek Moore is also going to be there. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty cool. And I
The
mean,
end of
they're
the Spider-Verse.
working. Aren't they working on another Spider-Verse now, or have they completed the third one?
They are working on one.
Yeah,
Bryce
'cause, I
Dallas
mean,
Howard
saw that too.
may get mad at new sister. That's how it works, pretty sure.
Get one.
Math. you get one more.
You got one wife! This is the way the world works!
Why?
How many of us were fans of that 70s show? I know me and Santana. I think
Yeah,
Cody as well.
Yeah,
We'd get
Bridget
Laura
is too.
Prepon.
Yeah,
Mac was a big fan of The Orange is the New Black, too. Orange is the New Black, not The Orange. Y'all get it.
I watched a good bit of that. I think I watched 2 to 3 seasons. There's a ton of characters, and I couldn't commit after that. But I liked it
Yeah,
too.
it's a lot going on. I think I watched the first season with Mac and then didn't watch any more, but watched the final episode. And even without missing even with missing a majority chunk of the story, just the last episode, it got me in my feels. But I am a sucker for finales.
Yeah, I think on this guest list, the one I would want to meet the most is Henry Winkler. I just love that guy.
Yeah, that's the thing is I don't know that I'll stand in what I can only imagine will be a ridiculous line, but I want to get close enough to actually see him. He's somebody that just seeing him in person would make me go, holy shit, there's Henry Winkler.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, 100%. I mean, not only is he iconic from the Fonz and what a sensation Happy Days was back in that day, but he's just continued to stay busy and relevant. And also, gone from the cool character to now he oftentimes plays like the kind of spoofy joke character so often, and he nails it. And he seems like such a nice and just lovely dude.
Yeah.
Whether it's Waterboy or I really enjoyed his character in Parks and Recreation.
Yep.
He's become, I don't know. You said it. You said all the things. Also,
Yeah.
the Josh, the not Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Transformers
Duhamel.
reunion.
Say it again,
Josh
Ken.
Duhamel.
I say Dumel, but I don't know. Josh
Okay,
Duhamel.
I've always said Dumel. What you just said, you pronounced the H just then, didn't you?
Yeah. Duhamel, but
I'm sure I pronounced it like that the first time I saw it, but I heard somebody else, probably an interviewer, say it that way. So I don't know that that's the way he would say it. So I've never actually known if it's correct.
I will fact check that before we get in his line, if we get in his line. This I'll probably have to cut, but Edward Furlong from Terminator 2 will be there, and I was certain he was dead. Massive heart attack.
I don't know why you'd have to cut that, and just a glaring lack of knowledge, or
Yeah.
you don't want to throw
Well,
bad juju out into the verse.
That and I child actor. I know he did go through some shenanigans, but I don't know how. And I don't think that he'll listen to this show.
He's one of our 11 listeners.
Yeah, it turns out he's actually a subscriber. He sees the preview show before the con. He's like, hey, I was going to be really nice and cool with you guys, but now I think you're real motherfuckers.
I was so excited to see you as soon as you said you were coming to Fanboy. I was ready to hang out. Now you think that I'm dead and I stole a fish tank or something? I swear I'm gonna look that up. I swear that's a thing.
I mean, that he stole a fish tank? Because he's clearly alive.
Yeah, no, he's alive. or we're in for one hell of weekend at Bernie's situation.
Yeah. Jailed in Kentucky this week from 2004 for
After
attempting
freeing
to
lobsters.
liberate. Yeah. He did the
what?
right thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, that's what the telephone game will get you. I heard he stole a fish tank and died, and turns out he was just freeing lobsters from a tank and is alive.
probably on a dare or something.
Yeah.
I
mean, you were in the ballpark.
Yeah.
the died thing is just not sure what ballpark that's in.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, you weren't even close. Playing a whole different
Well,
sport there, but
to be fair, I think I was under the impression that he's not the first one that I've been under the impression was dead, and come to find that, thank God,
yeah.
I was so worried. So I was depressed beforehand. I was like really sad about his loss. And
Yeah, that actually reminds me. Hold on, gotta look up names because I'm blanking because I'm hearing singing and piano playing in my ear. A couple, maybe 3 weeks ago, we were talking about Schitt's Creek cast. I don't know if we specifically said it that way, and the way y'all were talking about it, I was thinking maybe Eugene Levy died and I didn't know. He did not die. So if anybody else got that impression as well from whatever episode that was, he is alive.
yeah, that's him. That's who I was thinking was dead because, I guess I was
Yeah,
I was thinking of Catherine.
yeah, Catherine O'Hara died.
Yeah,
Eugene Levy still alive.
We are out here on the pod really trying to put people in early grades.
yeah.
Sorry about that, Eugene. I'm really
Sorry.
glad you're still kicking.
Future friend of the pod, Eugene, and Dan Levy.
I'm one of the around a lot of voice actors on this one, but one of the ones I'm really looking forward to meeting is Chuck Huber. He's the voice of Android 17 and Dragon Ball, and 17 is one of my favorites. I think he's also what's the guy Yu Hakusho? Hey, I think is how you say it. He was in that too. But yeah, 17's awesome, so I'm kind of excited to get his autograph. So
Yeah,
meet him. Kent, this is something I didn't know if you knew that John DiMaggio is in Avatar as the Ember Island actors.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I was unaware. So one of my faves in one of my faves.
I think he was like Iroh and Toph in the Ember Island production of the of the Avatar stories. So
That's perfect for either or both. Yeah, he's done a lot, man. His credits are there's a long list.
I brought him up before the show, but I'm at best known for Jar Jar Binks. He's gonna be there.
yeah, excited. Hopefully they got something.
Right? That was it. That was the one.
I'm actually excited to meet him. So
Yeah,
I am too. There's
100%.
a lot of. I would love to get him for an interview because there are some things outside of Star Wars and outside of cons that I would love to talk to him about. He's been very open about his mental health struggles over the years, especially after everybody hated on Jar Jar so hard. And for him to have a resurgence in Star Wars as Caloran Beck, I think that's pretty damn cool.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Maybe AJ, we've talked about it, but Theo Rossi from Sonic.
Yeah. He's I forget. Yeah, I don't know if we've talked about him or not, but I felt like I knew that he was going to be here, or he was going to be supposed to be at one of the ones. I've got to start writing shit down, man. All these guest lists are starting to run together for me, but I feel like he was going to be at like Huntsville or Lexington or something, and then had to cancel.
I think you're right on that one. I do think that you're accurate on that.
And he is alive. Can confirm. Okay,
He
I'll
is.
make a note. Linda Larkin and Jonathan Freeman. A little Jasmine and Jafar action going on.
Do they have a panel list out yet?
That's what I was trying to look for because I think this may be a really, really great panel con. Obviously, Adam Baldwin's there.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to if there are a lot of panels and everything as well. It's gonna be tough to squeeze everything in because I mean, this guest list is pretty huge, and I mean, I want to
Patrick,
meet the majority
all
of
of these, but yeah, Patrick Rena, Grant Hambino from The Sandlot. He has a new show coming out with Danielle Fishel as his wife. Yeah, called I think it's the rest of the cast of Sandlot too, called Dugout Dads.
Yeah, it's several of them.
So that'd be fun to talk to him about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, kind of bummed out. Look, I found some of the stuff. So it looks like they like Alan Tudyk has a panel on Saturday at 3:05. I was hoping that there would be a him and Tyler Labine panel because I would sit on a Tucker and Dale versus Evil panel all day.
Yeah,
but
100%.
unfortunately,
Or
there
him
isn't
and
one.
Alec Baldwin for a Firefly.
Yeah, I imagine he's going to get asked a lot about Firefly with the announcement for the animated show coming out. And obviously, if we were to have an interview with him, which does, again, not look likely at all, according to all of my sources, but that would be something that I would have to ask him about. Like, I couldn't talk to him and not say, hey, I know that you can't say shit to me about this, but what can you say about the Firefly show? Maybe I'll rush to be first in line in the panel.
Maybe, yeah, you should.
The only thing about that, like if it was a personal interview, if he, like the way that we do our interviews, you know, Eiffel Tower style, spit roast style, Devil's Threesome style.
Can't be calling him that. You can't use any of that.
What are you talking about? Is that not how we do our interviews? If we were doing an interview like in our style, you know, face to face, one on one, just our normal 3-way of an interview, then I would ask him because it would be kind of some banter, but just some guy in the crowd asking him. I think that it would get a very generic response, and so that I wouldn't waste my. I really want to hear more about his and Mark Addy's adventures when they were filming A Knight's Tale, because apparently, according to the podcast, they would go out and have some beverages on a pretty regular basis.
Same. Talk about an all-time favorite movie. I mean, it really might be that and Wedding Crashers is 1 and 2 for me.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I think that I've seen both of those. Like, there aren't many movies that I've seen as many times as I've seen them, you know, most of Star Wars, but A Knight's Tale is definitely one of them, if not maybe even more than those, with how often we would put it on the end of the night, and then Wedding Crashers is right there with it too.
Just looking at A Knight's Tale stuff. Heath Ledger was only 20 when they filmed that.
Yeah, he was a boy. And Tudyk talks about his relationship with him as being kind of like an older brother to Tudyk, even though Tudyk was a good bit older at the time. But Tudyk was going through. You can find all this information on Once We Were Spacemen, but Tudyk was going through like a bad breakup, and Heath let him like crash on his couch and kind of took care of him during that time. He said it was one of the most pleasant human beings, and you know, may he rest in he is dead. That one's dead. That
I think,
Unfortunately.
yeah.
That is true.
R.I.P. Too soon for somebody who, even in his brief time on the scene, was one of the best actors of his generation. I can only imagine what he would have done with a full career.
Yeah. I mean, he still wouldn't be old. I mean, he'd be in his late 40s, mid 40s, really.
yeah, it's sad because I think we would have gotten. I don't know. He also may have been one of those that like did a couple more and then rode off into the sunset just because I don't know. He seemed enlightened. Like I'll do this as long as I would like to, and then be done with it.
Yeah, Could be.
Matt, you
Anybody
got any
else?
other? You got any other panels? Did you see any other panels?
Let me see if I could. I was looking through. A lot of people are only going to be there Friday and Saturday. So
I saw that too. Specifically, Tudyk is there Friday and Saturday, and I think that our best bet would be to get in his line Friday if we can. I imagine that's when it'll be the lightest.
Yeah. Well, I won't be able to be there Friday, so because I sell drugs for a living. Let's see. Who was I going to check for a LaBouffe? Let's see. There's a Transformers panel at 3:15. The same time as the Alan Tudyk one, though.
We could divide and conquer for that one.
Patrick Renna has a panel.
We're all getting this.
There's a link to the schedule. It took a minute to load.
Yeah. It's a slow load. Speaking of Tyler Labine, he has a panel. I think it's on Friday though, Matt. So if I'm free, I'll try and catch it and record it for you. And for the viewer, Mortal Kombat panel, Saturday at 11:35.
Aladdin panel on Friday.
Lightsaber
I may be the only one that gives a
demonstration by
shit. I don't know
Rebel
about.
Sabers.
That's fun.
Yeah, Chuck Huber has a panel on Sunday, so that's something I might go look at.
Sons of Anarchy panel,
What time is that one?
2:15 Saturday.
Is that Theo and Perlman?
I would assume.
There may have been somebody else in there that I.
It's tough to keep track of all of them. I mean, it's pretty stacked.
Yeah, do any of these other ones, Matt, asking you, is Dragon Con the only one with like a functional app the way that it has it?
San Diego Comic-Con has one. Dragon Con, Rhode Island had a good one. Indiana has a good one. Trying to look at all the con apps. Lexington has a pretty good con app. Dragon Con obviously does.
I liked Lexington's app, but I didn't see it wasn't as functional as what like Dragon Con's. It was so easy to look through the schedule and be like, add this to my list, add this to my list, add this to, and kind of build your own schedule.
But yeah, I don't think anyone has like Dragon Cons where you can just be like, hey, this is what I want to do. CTV2 isn't that bad. Isn't bad. Until like that was Chicago. I need to download New York's, see what it looks like. Game On. Yeah, I've got a ton of con apps on my phone. Good lord. It's going through and it's like coming through actually looking at it now.
You are the connoisseur himself.
I need to just put them all in a folder so I have them all in the same spot.
He's also this group's only dungeon master. They're putting on a So You Want to DM, a Dungeon Master's Guide to Victory Sunday at 1:15.
Nice.
And Matt, they've got a Baldur's Gate cosplay meetup. 3:45
no.
Sunday.
I don't have a. I wish I had a Baldur's Gate cosplay. I don't have one of those. Need to get one.
You can make your character nude in that.
Yeah, you're right. that would work out totally well.
What? It's part of the game.
I'm cosplaying here. Get your hands off me.
I thought this was America.
Dragon Ball cosplay. I was trying to see what other cosplay photo ops I got.
Be a good Dragon Ball cosplay too. Dragon Balls.
Bull? What? What's everybody looking at?
I could totally bring my Robert cosplay from Dispatch. It's literally just a shirt with the black jeans I'll be wearing from work. And I have the shirt now. So
My son's panel would be right in the middle of an Ahmed Best panel. I don't know which one I'll. So much to do, so little time.
I know this one's packed. This one, I'm kind of bummed. I mean, it works out scheduling for us better that it's only 3 days, but for all the people and everything that they've got going into this one, really seems like it needs to be a 4-dayer. Maybe even 5. I mean, you got.
Well, I mean, if they're pulling this, I mean, I don't know if they're pulling this level of lineup year in and year out. I haven't, we're new to this, so I haven't been keeping up with Fanboy and their success. But if they can continue to do this, then yes, absolutely, they need to build out on it, or at least, I mean, because I think it only goes to 7 every night. At least make it a
Midnighter.
tenner.
Yeah,
Midnighter. how many natties can I get in between 10 and midnight?
We shall see,
Dude,
I
that's
suppose. Well, I mean, I guess we won't see.
Well, the con ends at 7, but natty
I'll
drinking
see.
doesn't.
Matt'll see. Me and
Yeah,
Matt'll
Matt.
see.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, I probably won't even get there to like 11, so I won't see a lot that first night.
Yeah, but you'll see Saturday.
Yes, Saturday.
I'll save the real
Cody's
effort for
seen.
Saturday.
Cody's seen before. He knows.
He believes it.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever been, or I know that I think we've all been to Knoxville, but has anybody been recently enough to tell me where to eat?
Kent and I went fairly recently to see Shaky Graves. That was
Yeah.
6 months ago. Nice.
What a happy
Yep.
coincidence.
We ate when we left, but it ended up being a chain, didn't it? Because when we had brunch on our way out, because we were going to go to one place and couldn't decide.
Okay, yeah, so brunch on the way out was like our actual good meal, and that was at one of the Knoxville version of a Ruby Slipper, Mobile original that,
Yeah.
a breakfast brunch place. They've got a few locations now. I think they probably have to have one in New Orleans. But yeah, Mobile, maybe Gulf Shores, Homewood, Alabama. The one on 280, I don't know if it's still open in Birmingham. Doesn't matter, neither here nor there. Food was fantastic. We did have that marred a little bit by
Yeah.
by a person that sat down next to us who,
An unhoused fellow.
who's also quite
wasn't-
chatty.
That wasn't the problem. Yeah, I have a feeling that the problem that he caused for everybody probably was also at least part of the cause for his unhousedness. He just didn't have boundaries, just sat down next to a guy next to us who was trying to get his food to go. That guy, the first one picked up his food. He ran another guy out. I saw the guy was waiting to get service at the bar, and he just started talking to him and asking for money until this guy just left. And then I think he got a couple bucks from you, Kent. Like we tried to turn away from him,
Try.
and it didn't matter. Just wasn't all there. But when he finally did leave, we enjoyed it after that. It's hard to explain exactly what was so aggravating. But if you were there, you would understand.
Well, it's just having a conversation with a stranger. AJ, you do it more than anybody else that I know personally that I'm also close with. That's all well and good if it's a conversation that both people are seeming to enjoy and there's give and take and whatnot. But like Cody said, the no boundaries and not picking up on the social cue of I'm here trying to have a conversation with my buddy here next to me that I'm actually here in this town with, and just eat my breakfast and leave. And it's just random things like, is that coffee any good? It's like, yes, my coffee is good. Thank you. I hope yours is as well. It's like, so what do you guys do? And then the whole time, talking about how, that he could use money and could you get me this breakfast and etc. And I'm
So
Yeah,
that was our experience there.
It sucks that people are in that situation.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
if I had boo koodles, I would try and help everybody that I could. But it's hard to I don't know. I mean, you obviously feel bad and you want to contribute, but you really can't. And then also you're trying to just basically leave Knoxville at that point.
Yeah.
But the food was good, and like Cody said, we ended up enjoying that meal fine. But the night before we got out of the concert so late, we were struggling to find a place, and we asked, I think, our just front desk hotel lady, and she pointed us in the direction, her and another one, employee of the hotel. I can't think of the name of it now, though.
You could look it up. It
but
was
like
the only place open at that point that was still serving food.
Yeah, because it was
There was
close to
really
1 a.m.
loud, really loud karaoke going on. And I think, did we both get like flatbread style pizzas?
Yeah, I think we just ordered a pizza for the table. Like,
Yeah.
and it was pretty good, and it was a neat
Yeah.
environment, even though it was loud. It was definitely past a certain hour. I think indoor smoking, and a lot of people
Yeah.
were using that rule very liberally.
Yeah, you got to get them in. Speaking of the '90s, like you
Yeah.
got to get it in when you can.
So it was a
Yeah.
hazy, just not a dive bar, but um,
Is
I
it
don't know. It just
is it Preservation Pub? Yeah.
That's it. That's the
I'm
one. They
I looked
they
it up
kept
and I'm
calling it Press
seeing
Pub.
pictures. Yeah. Yeah. I just looked it up and was just looking at places open late, and then I saw the picture, and this is definitely it. Yeah. Isn't that where you saw the guy just be sexually assaulted right in front of you? This girl just walked up to a stranger and started making out with him.
Yeah, he had just sat down at his table, and the girl walked up to him and like grabbed him and turned his face and head, and then just started making out with him. And he just looked back at me and just shrugged. I shrugged at him. Yeah, you know, she was a cutie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still sexual assault, but he didn't seem to mind it.
Yeah.
While unexpected, I think after it happened, it was consensual. But then, yeah, this was a pretty
Yeah.
crazy place. It was definitely a late night drinking establishment. Because then that girl
Yeah.
went and sat back down at her table, and her two friends were making out, all of them, with each other and with the one guy that they were with, which was only like
Well,
in my
what the
direct
hell?
line of sight, right
Yeah.
behind Cody.
It was not that late either. It was
Yeah.
like almost midnight.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we got to Knoxville at what, like 4, something
Right.
like that, and then the concert doors opened at like 6:30. We found a couple of places, both found some NAs at a couple of bars, but it was a little too early for either of us to want to eat. And then after the concert, it was too late to get food anywhere, so we were just looking for places. I liked the place. I am not at all a fan of super drunk people doing karaoke, but only drunk people are, I guess.
yeah. Yeah. I also took a selfie video trying to capture somebody doing Avril Lavigne because me and another one of our friends, Nathan, had literally just been talking about Avril Lavigne and Skater Boy the song, and like right before I left, it was an hour before I got on the road. We had that conversation, and then there it was. I was like, ah. And then the people behind me, I wasn't even thinking about getting them in the video. Started waving. I was like, oh shit, I'm sorry. Like, no, it's cool.
They didn't care. Yeah, the song choices for karaoke, I was happy with. It was a lot of late 90s, early to mid 2000s stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, well, put this
Yeah,
place. This all of that
Yeah,
right there sounds
Preservation
like
Pub.
somewhere. Yeah, put that on the list.
Well,
I'm
and
also looking at. Good.
I was just gonna say it's a solid bar. I mean, it's a full bar that's got everything you would want, and it's kind of built. I've seen a lot of bars like this in Atlanta and Marietta, just because I'm a little bit familiar with Marietta. It's just a long hallway, so you walk in, the bar's on your right. You walk to the back, there's a little stage, and the bathrooms are back there, and that's the whole thing.
It sounds like my type of place.
Yeah. And the doorman, one of the doormen, he wasn't like the guy at the door, at least not while we were there, but he was sitting in like a booth that was underneath the stairs that had the door open, and he had like big giant rings on each finger. Like, didn't look like he could open or close his hand. His rings were massive, and had like chainmail shirt on.
Yeah,
Like, what the hell is that about? What's the story? Never did get it.
Maybe he'd been at a con, but he didn't say anything to anybody. He just sat back there.
Yeah.
Ken,
In
you clearly
his
don't know a thing
Barbarian.
about fashion. I'm also looking at Calhoun's on the River.
I saw that when I was looking at places too. I thought Knoxville was really cool. Kent and I even talked about trying to do a group trip for a weekend or something because it's close enough to us. And they do, because we were there was it a little before Christmas or a little after, Kent? Because you could
Think
tell they had either just set up and were starting to get ready for Christmas, or maybe they had started taking down.
I
But
can't recall. I mean, it was within 4 or 5
yeah,
days in either direction. In fact, maybe even like 2 days of Christmas, like either like
I
December
think it.
27th or December 23rd type thing.
I think it was like the 21st, so it would have been the 22nd when we were. It doesn't matter, but you
Yeah.
could see they set up this little block um, with like a Christmas village thing. They had an ice skating rink they had set up. And this is all within walking distance of Press Pub that we were just telling you about.
Yeah. Yeah, their downtown area is like it's pretty cool. A lot of foot traffic, a lot of stuff to do. It was clean and friendly. It was crowded. I mean, when we were getting like pre-show drinks and stuff, uh, I mean there was people out the door at basically every establishment. But that made it,
Yeah.
cool. It was lively.
Yeah. And we were at Bijou Theater, which
Mhm.
was cool. And it was similar to Alabama Theater in Birmingham. I think it was a little bit smaller, but kind of the same style. You go up steps and then it's in a big cylindrical shape.
That's cool. I bet Shaky Grave sounded great in a place like that.
It was one of my all-time favorites. Him and the Clover County, plug her real quick. She's not, as big as he is. She was an excellent opener.
Yeah.
And very
and
sweet.
It was,
We actually got to meet her.
it was definitely before Christmas because I bought a record for my mom for Christmas
Yeah, that's right.
of Clover County. And I know we're a con podcast brand, but I don't care about autographs. Like a picture is cool. But I'd rather support you by going to see something you're in for actors or for my favorite musicians. I've seen probably 10 different musicians at least 2 to 3 times because that's just what I like to do. So I bought her record, but they kind of forced me into this little funnel where you're just standing next to the artist. And I literally said, so you want to sign this? Because we were both standing and she knew exactly what was happening, but I had not necessarily decided to do that. But her manager or somebody booking just funneled me over there. And she said, yeah, I think that's what we're doing. And just signed it. So my mom has a signed Clover County record. She was really good though. She kind of a country pop vibe, but cool, basically country style guitar. Just cool vibe.
That's cool. I'm gonna look her up. Not right this second, obviously. All right, Phyllis. We got anything else for our travels to Knoxville or
I guess this is the point when our viewers are watching this. Comment, let us know what you might want us to do, see, experience, and we'll try and squeeze it in.
Yeah, if anybody's listening from any of these cities that we're going, please give us food options because we're also trying to expand on our Carnivorosaurus Rex, Carnivorosaurus_Rex on Instagram. But just the food and beverage side of this thing too. Like this is con celebration at its finest. I want to experience everything that not just the cons, but the cities that the cons are in have to offer. So if you're from any of these places and listening, please comment. Don't be shy. Because I definitely want to try everything. I don't care if it's a weird late night get into trouble bar. Actually, I prefer those. Those are kind of my jam. Or send me somewhere I can get something greasy and something alcoholic and have to be drug out by my sober friends. That's one of my favorite activities. So comment down below, like and subscribe, tell your friends.
Yep. And on the Patreon, you can hear AJ say
Oh no.
We're gonna let you guess.
Uh,
I'll be cutting that one. I don't.
Yeah, probably for the best. That was funny. That's...
All right. Was that it? We got anything else? Hey, we're gonna roast the beans. Let's get out of here.
all right, boys.